But tell me what happened last time.
Oh, it began with an audience with the king, King Bard, as he invited Fainith and Marlot to have a conversation, mainly about what's to happen next, on a course to pursue, hopefully proceed with the marriage between Prince Bane and, of course, Princess Farneth, and consummate that, well, after our little boat ride, as well as hopefully along our journey fix the relationship that is obviously very strained between the two to ensure a less than rocky relationship, hopefully to be at least one of compromise, maybe. Who knows? And well, as I understand it, this seems to be at least more Dale. That the circumstances that this relationship has to go through. Of course, they will have to have more things to worry about on their plate if it fails. Yeah. So we have to prepare for our journey. Conversation between Merlot and Fainif about what we could possibly do to hopefully try to begin to mend this relationship. Talking, of course, and hopefully to see that they can see hopefully the strengths, or at least have Princess Farneth open up her heart a little bit more to Bane. While that was going on, Thornboard also had an audience with the king, as he requested his insight about Aldivir, and what he knows about her, as well as being told to keep an eye on her and that she may have some value here that could be useful during the journey, and hopefully this will also work out as well. Bane, of course, while everyone was getting ready for the boat with packing and such, talked with Bane, Prince Bane, actually having that conversation she was originally wanting to have with him to get to know him a bit better, to see exactly what his likes or dislikes are, to see if there's a way to find a connection that the Princess Farneth and him can hopefully share. As he revealed, of course, his love of languages and books, and of course what he's learned and his doubts about being in the shadow of his father, what it means to be king and such. And Bane of hopefully trying to give him a bit of reassurance. Goddess, we proceeded to get on our lovely little journey there, as we were being manned with some guards and, of course, the general as well. And Thormor decided to have a conversation with Altavir, have a bit of trying to get more insight about her as well, a bit about dwarven culture and, of course, things that they enjoy, and a bit more insight about her as a character. A bit of back and forth there as well. Fainith too went to Ivorg to hopefully get his help with the situation between him and the princess, being the princess, and he did offer a solution here, possibly to get a leg up for the prince. It will require, of course, teaching him this way of speaking with animals, and of course finding a steed that could be of use. He could, of course, go out and find the steed, or he could teach the prince, but to teach the prince would require a favor from Fainith, and that would be helping out with Albatir, essentially. As he said, she was a bit miffed, but accommodated, of course. And he's having a conversation with Altavir, speaking about seeing that she may also be in a bit of a outside, of course, as Fainith is, trying to understand the strange people and these strange rules and lands, and offering a friendly hand, which Altavir reluctantly took. Merlot, on the other hand, wanted to speak to the princess directly to see if she can try to, like I said, do that mending of the relationship, and it didn't really go well, as Farneth revealed that she is completely embarrassed by Prince Bane, that the very presence of him is boring, and she sees no, well, nothing about this seems to be something that she would enjoy or like. Regardless, after a bit of conversation that didn't really get much out of it outside of her, of course, known dislike with the whole thing, she went over to Ivorg to hand over that letter that her uncle Aemon had requested from him after he had made his trip back to the Shire. And speaking of his feelings and such, that Ivorg took to heart. As he also revealed to Marlette that he's going to be teaching Prince Bane the speaking with horses thing to hopefully help him out in the situation. Eventually, we docked at Lake Town, decided to sleep at the inn because it'll be quite some time before we have another chance. And, well, everyone was whining and dining, and noticed that the princess seemed to be somewhere else, talking with an unknown person. As Fainith went off to go see what was going on, and she revealed that she was having a bit of a teasing wager with this unknown fellow, who seemed more than happy to keep up with her in the sense of the horse riding situation. Revealing himself to be Balcazar, and, well, at the very least, it seems Farneth may have found some form of entertainment here, and Fainith requests to be there to see this little bout of horse racing, mostly to cheer on her friend. I think that's where it ended last.
Yes, you are currently at the inn. Is there anything you want to do before you go to bed?
Oop, I hesitate. I think. No, I can't think of anything right now for Faineth outside of doing what she's doing now.
Yeah, nothing from Mont right now.
Yeah, nothing. Nope.
You'll go ahead off to sleep. Well, you do know, Faineth, that in the morning they will have that horse race.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure you want to keep an eye on that or just let them be.
Oh, she wanted. She did request to show up there because she wanted to cheer her on and everything else as well.
So as wake up in the morning, but before breakfast, sun barely above the horizon. You and her will take a stroll through Lake Town. As well, you can't really have a horse race here, but you are heading towards the shore as the young man is walking with you. If there's any conversations you want to have with him as the three of you are walking out of town.
She's gonna ask about him. She's not trying to be rude, but she's just like, what brings him to Lake Town? He doesn't look, I presume, like
No.
everyone else who's here.
Chuckle a bit, says, No, I am from the Far East.
Ah. And you've traveled so far.
He'll smile and nod. It is the way we learn. There is of course much wisdom contained within written words, but one should always rely on one's senses more than what others can relate.
That sounds fun. At the very least, circumstances that brought me here were not usually something my people would normally do, but I am also having a journey of learning about such new people, new connections and all that.
I've sailed across the Kelduin. It would be my second month I left home.
Do you have family waiting for you back at your home then?
He's gonna nod. We don't speak much, but letters every now and then. My family is even further out east. I've been living in the city of Lest many years now. And, well, recently I was given stewardship of the city.
Ah. Is it not good if a leader leaves their people unattended then?
It would be a foolish thing to rely on only one person to manage this entire city. All part of the training process.
I see. I've lived in the East for quite some time, but I don't know much of its people. I assume that she doesn't know, she hasn't met with many of the Easterlings before, right? Is that all right to say?
Your contact would be very limited.
Yeah. I don't know much of your people at the very least, though I've lived there for a very long time.
Ah, you one of the Avari tribes then?
I am.
I've read much about small tribes scattered across the Red Mountains and beyond.
My people do love their, they're not very much of they're a shy people, someone would say. Or to be kind to say.
Won't really surprise me. The lands, until recently, were quite dangerous, to say the least. Many warring tribes and chieftains, petty ambitions.
At the very least, it meant contact was limited, but we had our ways to at least get some information.
City I've been administrating for the last 5 years. Sits on one of the southwest point of the Sea of Rune. Great port. very important to the kingdom as a whole.
Hmm.
My knowledge, it was well, its previous ruler had well, fled, to my knowledge, leaving the city in quite a big disarray. It was not easy, but is doing much better now.
Well, that is good to hear. Happy people and all that is always good.
You'll nod.
How long will you be journeying out in the west then before you return home?
I am about done. In fact, I have traveled a bit further up, and I'm now slowly making my way back.
Ah, at the very least, you are someone I would like to converse with.
Yeah, Farnas would be like, well, I mean, we are going the same direction, so we'll probably take both with us.
I don't see why that would be a problem. We can. She kind of like looks at Farnav. We could. I think we have to talk. We have to ask for permission, don't we?
I don't think so. I mean, we can show up with them there, and it's gonna be kind of awkward if they say no, right?
That is true. At the very least. Well, if he is all right with it.
She'll kind of like look a bit worried, like, as long as I'm not being too much of a bother.
No, I don't see. Well, I think it should be fine.
I can pay for my expenses. She'll kind of like wave it off.
Well, it would be nice to have, as one says, more friends is always a positive.
She'll smile and nod.
Now, I was told you were going to do horse racing, so do you already have the horses prepared, or?
As well, I have my own personal horse, and well, I suppose as the princess of this land, I'm sure they will accommodate you, fine steed. Or if you wish, you can take my own. It has served me well in this land. She says, no. I want to give you I want to give you all the advantages when you lose. You can't make excuses. Laugh a bit at that. So yeah, you arrive at the stables just outside the town, on the edge of the lake, as the stable master will he'll be explaining the situation as he'll acquiesce, presenting two steeds as you see the two of them sort of agree on a race course around sort of like around half of the lake and back, and who gets back here the first wins, as they'll request you sort of signal the start of the race.
Yes, very excitedly she will do so.
Yeah, off they go with blinding speed. Due to your position here, you're able to like see as they will start riding, as it is quite close, as well his skill with horses is at the very least equal to her, and you've seen her ride plenty of steeds. But it is soon evident to you, Fainith, that he is the better rider, as he will arrive for her several seconds to spare. As the moment that they come back, he'll get off the horse too, and offer to like help her as well, with a bit of a mocking grin, as she is well, there is a bit of embarrassment, but she will not like deny him, as she'll kind of take his hand. She says, I can't believe this. You are, in fact, the greatest horse rider I have seen. Well, that would be a lie, but I suppose, at the very least, the greatest horse rider I've seen in these lands. She'll kind of frown and says, "Let's hear stories about your people and their mastery of the plains. Not feel yourself embarrassed, princess. I've been doing this since I was old enough that I could walk." Well, listen, yeah, just one win doesn't like nothing's set in stone. People can have bad days, of course.
I'm sure you will best him again. And at the very least, we will have time for a second race as long as he's along on our journey, right?
She'll smile and nod. You will also do the same. Meanwhile, back at the tavern, everyone awakes to enjoy a nice, calm, fresh breakfast, as fresh fish will be served. I'm not sure if there's any conversations or anything you want to do before the trio returns.
There is actually. I don't think I was told about the horse riding thing, was I?
No.
Okay. The Albiter would just ask, so where has the elf and the princess gone?
I don't think any of you were told by this. I don't think Ines shared this with anyone.
No, I did not know.
No.
I'm not too sure,
They're
actually.
sleeping in.
Maybe they are.
Should one of us go and check on their rooms?
There's a woman who down some plates of food, and she'll kind of overhear that. And she'll say, your friends left early in the morning. I believe the young lady spoke about some sort of race.
A race? Who could she be racing with?
Well, it was either the elf or the Easterling young man.
Hmm.
Oh.
Kind of like take her leave. Damra will kind of like, he like looks at his food bowl and like, oh, this is gonna be a handful, isn't she?
I think this is the first of many times. I think it's alas, I think there will be many pit stops in between now and then.
I think if I spank the child, will they hang me? Oric's just gonna run to rub his temples. It's just that I feel like she has never been disciplined at all. Oric will chime in unless any of you want to say something first.
Well, I'll say.
Perhaps spanking is too easy.
If Fairness went with her, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Vorak will say, she is a difficult temper, to be sure, but I'll be honest, Damrach, I think you're not the best educator here. I have 2 kids raised by their mother. I have come to insight. You weren't even here. How would you know that? Educated guess, I suppose.
Sensible also said like also I think Foreign Friends is a bit too old. I think Farnaf is a bit too old for to be for that to work at this point. I think she will just get it out of spite.
She'll stab the knife into the meat. He'll say, "Ah, nonsense. There's never such an age as a bit of humbling. Not do you any good, right, Vorik?" He like stares at him, and Vorik just kind of glances down at the table without saying anything. Oh, Master Dwarf, I assure you, she is she's old enough that I don't even need to hold back now.
Um, that would be a awkward start to the alliance.
Or it might be just what we need. Bane will just kind of actually speak up like, I don't, with all due respect, General, I don't think this will solve anything. Well, I suppose I am outnumbered, but if anyone changes their minds, I am here and willing to take all the heat and blame for it.
It's appreciated.
Humility can be an important teacher, but I feel like you need to stumble on your own. It can't be an. We'll keep the tool open. You shouldn't disregard a potential tool, but right now I don't think it's the correct approach.
I'll kind of like continue eating. Unless there's anyone else wants to continue the conversation or start a new one. We'll be able to enjoy your breakfast. As eventually the door will open to the tavern. You'll see the three of them walking in as Farneth and the Easterling are seemingly quite on friendly terms.
Wait, who wants to roll insight to see if there's anything there?
Only a blind person.
Got it.
I think you should roll for Alvatir Grunt.
I should, shouldn't I? Secure an advantage with wits. Absolutely a miss.
Oh my
Alvatir, you've seen people like this. You know when you've seen people like this just before they went into one of the huts to fuck.
Oh my god. I should probably bring this up with my new friends later.
As the three of them will sit at the table, as Farnet will introduce the young man, Balkazir, to all of you.
How are you? Hello there. I'm a lot.
Smile and say that there's a pleasure to meet all of you. She will say, so I've been chatting with Balkazir here, and he is also traveling the same way. So I thought we can share a boat ride with him.
I mean, I don't see why not. Sounds fine.
As he'll kind of politely nod and say, I apologize for any distress I might cause. I graciously accept your offer. And she'll kind of smile in return, as you just see Damrach kind of like accidentally, quote unquote, fling like a piece of fish bone hitting Evorik.
Damrock, maybe you are right, Damrock, maybe.
I am always right, you fool. My children listen to me, and it's not because they're their mother.
He commands their absolute respect, 100%.
I do. They are terrified of me.
Sadly, I don't think that's a long term. But for the short term, though, to prevent any.
But yeah. Listen, I think Matelot will. Matelot will start talking to him like she'll. I mean, honestly, yeah, it's probably going to be a lot of repeat of the questions Fainith was asking.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like he is not secretive. Like he will basically speak about his journey, about the fact that he is here to see the lands to the north, experience its people, and more or less learn through first-hand experience. Like apparently he has journeyed across the northern plains as well, up and sort of just beyond Erebor and back. And now he is also returning back home with newfound knowledge, and apparently this is part of his education. And yeah, he'll also mention the fact that he was in charge of administrating an entire city for the last 5 years.
How old are you?
I will 20 winters this year.
I'll turn to Fainith as I just say, is it common for humans to become some people to become chieftains 15?
I presume everyone's different at the very least. I assume that's also you're very good at your job, especially when you're returning home. She kind of also looks at Alcazar to make sure that what she's saying is true. That he's been, this is the job that he's responsible that fell to him
Yeah,
because of
he'll not. He'll say, to my knowledge, not every place is the same, but where we hail from, our lands were quite developed in war and chaos for a long period of time, and now with things turning a new leaf, Lord Camus, well, he instituted a new, as he looks at you, Avatar, a new way of, I suppose, selecting chieftains instead of relying on lineages and family ties. It is more of a process that tests one's resolve, strength, and intellect. And, well, it is a long and arduous process that starts out when we are young. We are educated in all matters of statecraft, warfare, and, well, cultural knowledge, so that we understand our people and those around us better. I am one of several that was selected when we were a mere 5 years old.
Oh, interesting. I presume it means that you will have the best candidacy then, and you've earned your spot, as they say.
That is yet to be seen, but without I do admit I have a bit of an ego, so I do think I am the best out of the current selection. But it is not me who makes the final call. It is General Emerald, one of our greatest leaders.
Well, at the very least, that seems such an interesting way of doing things. But it's testing and learning and training for your role at preparing for the best.
Sharp mind, strong arm are equally important, as is knowledge.
Hmm. I'm sure many of your elders are proud of what you've accomplished at the very least.
I'll nod. Quite so. I am proud to serve my country. As listen, it'll be obvious to anyone who is more sort of insightful that Bane is in fact just kind of melting into the chair. He's
Damn.
kind of like making himself smaller.
I have a question, bro.
Yes.
I do obviously I know about the Dark Lord and I know about the like race that are under his control.
Mhm.
But was I ever told that like the East was like aligning with them? I don't think I
No.
was.
That would be impossible because nobody said that the East is aligning with them.
Oh, okay. Do I know that like the East was antagonistic towards what is it? Lake Tech and
Antagonistic
Bard.
to I don't think you have historical knowledge, I'll be honest, from the
Okay.
village.
It would have just been was I told like before we set out. Would be the only
No.
time I would have known.
Unless you
Okay.
specifically, I feel like I don't think Alvadir would be like, tell me about the like recent political fucking things, because
No, not even close.
nobody expected you to meet Easterlings on this journey.
Yeah, well, as far as Alva's here, see, this is just another guy, probably from the same home country as the general here, as Damrock. Should be no problem with this guy coming over. Oh, he's another prince. Prince, sure, why not? What do you got too?
You said it's very obvious for everyone else that Bane is like slinking into his like seat and everything,
Yeah,
right?
like he is trying to like make himself appear smaller. Clearly a bit embarrassed.
I don't want to call. I don't want to make him feel even worse because.
No, I think you should. Like, Prince Bane,
Oh.
something wrong with your stomach?
Listen, you should start hyping him up as like a very smart guy. You should start doing that. Totally won't backfire.
At the very least, Prince Bane also has a large extensive of knowledge. He speaks, he's learning to speak my language, and many others. I think you know Eastling as well?
Who are you asking this of?
Prince Bane.
Yeah. He'll kind of like look up at you and nod. Says, I won't consider it. I won't say I know it, but I have some other basic knowledge of it. As Damra will just kind of chuckle, be like, he is being a bit humble. Might not be fluent in it, but I assure you, he can understand you quite well. As Balkazir will nod and will say, humility is a great virtue. Keeps one prepared to always learn something new.
And new friends means new insights and all that. Open up your horizons to more things you would never have thought of.
They'll both kind of nod at this.
At the very least, do you have much in the way of luggage?
No, I travel extremely light.
Mm.
Although this land is very easy to forage in. Plenty of woods and small game to be had.
Yes, much different from back in the east here.
I did once had to survive 3 weeks out in the desert. It is quite brutal.
You haven't had too many problems on your travels here, have you?
Nothing that I'd not expect. It is, I'm certain, something I still point to Damrock, something others might be well acquainted with. But it is a welcoming land still. People have offered me hospitality wherever I went, and I was honestly surprised to see, your capital city. Seeing a place where dwarves, elves, and men trade and share drinks is truly, I think, something special. You should be proud of.
Yeah, Malat will say. Malat will say. Yeah. So impressive. No, I've heard a lot about the East, but I've never been there myself.
Well, I am more than willing to always offer you hospitality and City of Lest, as long as I am in charge of administrating it. Maybe once you are done with whatever business you have in Karasant, a boat journey a bit south is not that long.
I don't see why not. At least for for me, I don't think I would have a problem with seeing another state crash.
I promise I'll show you around. Kind of smile a bit.
Yeah, she also smiles as she looks around the table a bit. I'm not too sure there's any overall emotions going on here.
Well, listen, you can give me a secure advantage with wits if you... Because, like, listen, some people are obvious, but not everyone is obvious.
Gotcha. Never mind.
Listen, everyone's fine with this. It's no problem. I mean, other than Bane looking a bit, like, clearly insecure, feeling insecure about himself. Everything else is fine.
How wonderful.
In
Listen,
fact,
I'm
seems
sure
Damrock
Bane...
is quite happy to have this guy around. It's weird how happy Damrock is about this entire thing. Like, that, like, smile is... Huh, you've never seen him smile this much.
I'm gonna kill you later.
Well, the problem is, I'll remind you, everyone. Maybe certain people have maybe forgotten, and Mac, you have no idea of knowing. But out of character, Blessed is the city Damrock's like uncle used to govern before he was fucking murdered.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So everything.
Yeah.
There's a reason Malat has scaled back differently. So it's like, that's a lot of names my uncle wrote down. None of them were very positive.
So yeah, no, Damrock is in fact fucking fuming inside.
Yeah. Because what was it? Balkazir said, "Oh, the last guy just ran away." I'm like, I don't think that's what happened. But okay.
Right, quick question. Karasant isn't our final destination, right?
No, it is. It is.
Or is it?
It's the capital of Rhovanion, and it's sort of like this big port city. That's kind of where the river flows into the sea.
Maybe we can visit if depends on we'll have some other business to handle in Coruscant, but you wouldn't want to hold you up if our business takes too long.
He'll not worry. I understand. Matters of state always take priority, but I would love to be able to return the hospitality and kind welcoming you've offered me. Zavorek will say, well, we should be going, as one sort of packs up and heads out on the boat on the river. I don't think it takes anyone too long to see that, well, he is kind of talking with this guy a lot, even as the boat sets sail.
How off to the side, like, can I get famous? Like, I know it's a small boat, and like private conversations aren't like very easy, but how private of a conversation can I have away from at the very least, Farnath, the young Easterling man, and at the very least, Bane.
No, you can have a conversation that's like private. Like you can go to
Okay,
like
I would
one like end of the boat.
Excuse me, Fane, could I talk to you for a second?
Yeah. What is it?
Over here. I'm just wondering, are you sure this is a good idea?
I don't see what a good idea.
Bringing the other young man.
You mean Balkazir? I
Yes.
don't see why not. He has knowledge and insight of Easterling, of the East Side, and he seems to be at least a very cordial fellow, friendly. Do you have some concerns?
I thought this mission was to make the princess and Bane grow closer, yes?
At the very least, we want to make sure the relationship is going well and things, well, hopefully end with them being in a better spot than they are now. So, yes, I can presume that's the word we're looking for.
Maybe it is different over here, but would it not be against what we are going for to introduce a man who seems to be, well, more the princess's type?
Do you mean that you think that, that they will run off together or something like that?
And I have seen the princess escape apparently several times, so that isn't unreasonable to assume.
I do not believe my friend would run off to leave her people behind, at the very least, and trying to tell her like pushing this man away based on something that has not happened at all seems very unfair and unjust to him.
That honestly hadn't crossed my mind yet, but when you mentioned it, it was something I thought. But my main concern is that he seems to be spending a lot of time with this young man, and she seems very interested in him. Would that not, at the very least, hurt the young Bane's feelings even more?
I'm a bit confused here. I do not think my friend would do such a thing, and at the very least, they seem to be two friends. Just because I cannot just assume that Farnif may not talk to anyone ever again, just because I would be afraid that she would fall in love and run off to ruin this alliance that seems to be so very important.
You have known her longer. If you think it's fine, I suppose. Just
if nothing else, to reassure you, I can talk with her, but I think your concerns are a bit misplaced.
If you say so.
I know so, at the very least. But thank you for at least telling me this. I will keep an eye on it.
The boat starts sailing down the river. Is there any conversations any of you would like to have? Anything any of you would like to do? As the next town is, give me a second. A little bit of math. So anyone want to do anything? You're gonna have at least a day or two of it.
I believe...
Yeah, there's people I was talking, but I will let you guys go first.
I can wait. I can say I was going to talk to Farnif, but I can wait afterwards. You're fine. You're good.
What about Mackin's ass?
No, I can wait. You go first.
Oh, okay. Then you know what? I think I'll try and talk to the other person that knows Spadeth very well. Just make sure.
Other person who knows Farnet, like a Vorik.
Sorry, damn it. Well, to be fair, also the other person who knows Spadeth, but wrong name.
Yeah, you can. Well, listen. He can take a break because he was teaching. He was speaking a bit with Bane, but yeah, can turn to you and have a conversation.
How are things going?
He is a fast learner. So having so much linguistical knowledge does allow him to pick up new sounds quite easily. Understand that language is not just, well, not just words, but there's a lot more depth to it.
It's impressive. I must say I've never learned another language before. Unless I'm currently speaking a different language than what I would have been speaking in my hometown. In which case.
No, you're speaking common.
Okay. I must imagine it is a skill not everyone has.
Definitely not to this extent. One thing to speak a language, and it's another to understand.
I must say I am to get to the heart of my issue. The interworkings of people and their relationships are not my strong suit, I must admit. Is bringing the it's Balkazar, right?
Balkazir, yes.
Balkazir, so close. Is bringing a young Balkazir on the ship a good idea to get the princess and the prince closer?
He'll kind of like he'll say, you think pushing him away would be a better solution?
At this point, I am not sure. Probably not. It would seem very awkward. I'm just not sure what is the plan going forward.
Plan is, well, wait. See, when we go downstream, we don't need to fight the wind. We don't need to bother trying to roll the waves, or rather the stream. You just put in a small amount of effort for a great reward.
Are we sure that there are no rapids at the end of the stream?
You can never be sure of anything. You can always have hope. Worrying about them when you can't do anything about them is a waste of effort.
I suppose you are correct in that assessment. If both you and Payne think that it is fine as is, then I will take you at your word for it. Is there perhaps anything I can do to help out with Payne's education? I know some of things about the woods, how things work, but I'm afraid that is all I would be able to teach.
That is useful information to have, but I don't think that will benefit the young prince right now.
Very well. Continue as I have been.
You'll nod. That's all. Go back to Dane. Not sure if anyone else.
I did want to talk to Farnif, but if you guys want to go before me, I'm fine with waiting.
You are fine.
Yeah, if it's all right to catch a moment to talk with her alone, if she's able.
Yes, you're gonna be able to kind of like interrupt her conversations with the Easterling Prince, and she'll kind of like turn to you. Something wrong?
No, I just want to check in. I started to feel a little bit neglected here.
Kind of like looks a bit confused. Says, I just is a I've never he described some very interesting dishes to me, and well, while the food technically is the same, way they prepare it does sound quite differently. Now I'm just very curious about it.
At the very least, you have to get the set of recipes. I would like to try some too.
Well, apparently he learned how to make somehow even charred meat taste bearable.
You know what you have to do now? You must also make a dish as he does. It's the only way.
She'll smile and nod. Well, perhaps he can teach me then.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe it. I would not expect to see you cooking, gotta be honest.
I mean, makes it sound much more fun than I've heard anyone describe cooking.
Well, when you decide to make your first attempt, please let me know so I can ensure I am there for a front row seat.
You laugh now, but I think I'll laugh hardest at the end.
Mm-hmm. Do you even know how to mix different dishes and spices?
It can't be that hard.
Okay, yeah, I definitely want to see how you do your first attempt at cooking.
At least listen, I'll be fine.
Of course, Princess, you will excel at it at first go. No problems.
Listen, I'm not that foolish. It comes with a bit of practice, but I've yet to find something that if I really wanted to, I could not learn.
Ah, such humbleness you have there, Princess.
Well, I suppose that's it is humble. Should be more arrogant.
I'm sure you could add more to that already full
Again, it's just that before
full bowl you have going on.
I shrugs. It's just that again, I was never interested in it.
And now you have an interest in it. What of his like I said, I lived in the East all my life, but I've never actually engaged with the people there. How does with this new way of governing, how do you feel about that whole thing?
Looks a bit annoyed. Sounds like a question father would ask.
You have no feelings on the matter?
Well, I suppose they trade, they govern. There's been a lot of bad blood in the past, but no recent wars, I suppose. There was that one time, well, technically I was involved in it, but they made amends for that one.
Do you wish to elaborate, or?
I remember the general he mentioned at the table.
Yes, Emerald, I believe.
And she tried to kidnap me and almost maim Dvorak. But he did maim
She
him.
what?
He did, yes, and it was Norway that killed him.
I what?
Yeah, it was a bad year, that one.
At the very least, I sounds. What were you? What age were you when this happened?
6, almost 7 years ago. I was mostly fine. So I suppose there is some tensions between the whole reason why father agreed to betrothal and alliance with Dale after that.
Well, you don't really sound completely fine, but I will trust your word on this.
Well, I don't like them. Like Emerald, I don't like. I like a lot of things about what they do over there. I mean, I can't judge every individual by like what I've like seen the worst out of.
Wise words, at the very least. He seems to be, well, a fun fellow.
Is certainly interesting.
And at the very least, he seems to be a bit of a fun. Adds more fun here around here.
So smile and nod.
If he gets you to cook, then I believe he will be considered a miracle worker.
At least I'll try. Okay, I'll try.
Can I get a bit of insight about, as we were talking about Gazir, does she seem to show any stronger emotions outside of what she's telling me right now?
Yeah,
or
you
is
don't
it
need
too
to.
vague?
You don't need to roll. You can kind of see it. She would never
And I
consider
see-
fucking trying to cook before.
Yeah. At the very least, I can see what your feelings of the matter is going to be.
Kind of like looks a bit confused. Like, what do you mean by that?
I'm just saying you would never have cooked for me if I had asked or tried to explain some of my elven dishes.
She kind of like glares at you a bit. Or this like small little bird flies on top of your head and starts pecking your, kind of like the soft of your skull.
I think I know what bird this is, Grunt.
Absolutely, this is Floki. This is Vorix. Rush.
Look, get up. She kind of like, fine. She kind of gets up, trying to get it out of her hair without hurting it too badly.
It will kind of fly back on its shoulder, but getting that small bit of red before it flies away.
Well, I'll have to leave you here, at the very least, Barniff. Just don't forget to keep your promise about the cooking thing to me.
So smile and nod.
She makes her way to Evorik.
It's gonna sit down next to him and he's gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
I'm doing nothing, checking on my friend. You didn't have to try to kill me via bird.
You were encouraging her in a direction we shouldn't be.
I was encouraging to see that she was happy and alright. I'm sorry that it seems to be a problem for you.
You understand what's at stake here, right?
Yes. The two must marry, even though they seem to have very much a grand dislike for each other. And we must make sure that their relationship is okay.
You pushing her towards the Easterling Prince will have quite a negative effect.
Yes, it is different here. I apologize, I forgot.
She did not speak falsehood, though. And while pretty face can distract her, I assure you, the young man is either completely unaware of his peers' actions, or he is quite deceitful in nature. The city he stewards, the city where Damroch's uncle is to rule, where he was killed.
He spoke that the last ruler had ran away.
Checks his head. Murdered.
Ah, I see.
Should learn to not trust everything you see and hear.
It's easy to forget that things are much more complicated here.
They are. Damrock had to sit through that entire conversation without saying anything about the man who saved their life once.
If I had known, I would not have invited him at the very least, or at least stopped that. I did not wish. I'm sorry.
An idea.
What would that be?
Looks at Bane, who's like trying to like converse with the thrush. You all of you focused on the wrong thing.
Hmm.
Maybe this is. I can see it all. So you all kind of like turn to a lot, like pats you on the shoulder, leans in and whispers, "You think you can distract the princess?" Conversation.
Yeah, will do.
We're busy.
Well, we'll nod.
Kind of like,
She'll go off.
yeah, you get up and you kind of like shimmy around the ship as Evorak will look at you, Faineth, and look towards Milot as she goes, and he'll say, "Faineth, watch and learn from a true hunter."
Okay.
As Milot, you approach the two of them who are talking, as they'll both turn to you.
Smollett will I'll actually say. Sorry if I was interrupting something, but I was wondering, my uncle was a merchant, and he traveled very, very far, but never got the chance to actually collect tales, stories from the East. Something he always regretted them. Was wondering if perhaps you could tell me some of them, so I could put them in the journal he left for me.
As yeah, I mean he'll not. Now I'll remind you, Zaz, he wanted you to distract Farneth, not the guy.
Okay, does he mean I like get Farneth away?
Yes.
From
yes.
the. Okay, the problem is like the problem is that's okay. In that case, I would retcon that because I assume distract means just distract her so she doesn't notice anyone else doing something.
No. Then like sort of get her away from him.
Yeah, that's a different than distract.
Listen, there's two things. You can also like drag him away. Like it works. The idea is the two of them have to get separated. This could still work, depending on what you prefer as an approach.
No, I think this could still work.
Yeah, you'll nod. As you can sort of lead him back, so you can actually take some notes somewhere a bit more comfortable. As the Farnet will definitely look a bit upset at that, as Evorik will kind of lean into you, Faineth, and say, "She looks like she needs someone to well, keep her content. Please stop encouraging her things, though.
Very well. I shall step aside, as they say.
Now, he looks at Malat, looks at you and is like, I think I can make quite the analogy here, but I will abstain because you will get annoyed.
Possibly, at the very least. And so what? Go ahead.
What?
She's like, what happens now then? As she kind of waits for him to continue.
You'll kind of gesture. Go talk to her. Make sure she doesn't throw a hissy fit or anything.
Very well. She dusts off her imaginary desk as she goes to go talk to her friend.
Yeah. As you do that, and Evora kind of as you, Malat, you sit down with the prince closer, kind of like closer to the middle of the boat, as he will sort of start relating a bit of he is not like well versed in a lot of stories. He's not like a good storyteller, that's for certain, but he can still like make an attempt. As Evorik will kind of, you will see Malat. You can give me, if you want, secure an advantage with wits if you want to understand the full scheme that's about to unfold.
Certainly. Let me just there we go. Just make sure I'm loaded back in because the tab crashed while I was looking at something else. All right. Secure an advantage. Venture moves.
About to see a 4D chess being played.
I'm certain.
Listen, yeah.
So we.
As you speak with him, and you'll realize that Evorik has also kind of like turned and kind of like paying attention to your conversation, and well, that does kind of just leave Bane also pay attention to this conversation. And well, Bane is, as you know him, a very curious individual, as he will eventually also kind of slot into the conversation quite naturally, asking additional questions on top of yours. As you realize, if you kind of back down and let the conversation flow, you could just sort of take a step back and just let the two of them talk.
Yeah. Honestly, Malat will sort of take a bit of a more background role, focusing on the note taking.
Yeah, listen, clear to you that Evorik has in fact flipped and is trying to, instead of getting Bane to and Parneth to like each other, he is trying to see if Bane and Balkazir are gonna get along.
Out of character, this would have been my idea if I had had if we had come to my turn and an event hadn't happened. To try to get Bane to talk to the fucking prince.
Yeah.
And as you sort of like, and you facilitate this conversation, maybe asking some leading questions here and there, as they do start to just kind of like start engaging, and they do have some shared interests when it comes to, like, Bane has a lot of insight in cultural stories and habits and sort of historical tie-ins, which do appear to pique the Easterling Prince's interest. as he will begin asking questions as the conversation will shift back and forth. And I think at this point, everyone on the boat will be able to like spot that as well. I'm not sure if Alvitier or Thornburn, if you have anything you want to do.
I'm probably near Thornburn, and he's the only other guy I know who I to get. So she would she'd probably go up to him and say, "That is not something I expected."
What exactly?
That well, the way down the river would include 2 separate streams merging.
Well, listen, life is full of unexpected things. Just gotta just go with the flow.
You know, honestly, Savorik guy does not seem as he seems a lot different than the stories that I heard about him from Amra.
Well, with age comes wisdom, and he himself pointed out humility is a great teacher. Learning from your mistake after you fall on your face.
Perhaps I should start trying to learn from him how people work.
So we'll just say, right now, considering the situation, I'll be a bit careful. But I mean, yeah, in the future, just listen. If you approach the situation,
I can walk over to him right now.
yeah, that's not long. I mean, yeah, if you, yeah, that just always just strive to learn from your mistakes and just well, always willing to try new things. You know, right now, do be careful considering that there's a diplomatic mission ongoing.
I don't think I will be touching anything that has to deal with those whose emotions with it. Well, it's the longest tax I've ever seen.
That's a formidable nod. Listen, if you stop next by the next tavern, then you can we can share a drink with some people.
That's pretty much it on mine. Probably just like kind of like watch the flow of the conversation and see kind of see where it leads for all of us.
I'm gonna need secure an advantage with heart from you, Malot, because you are facilitating all of this.
Alrighty. Before I forget, get that +1 momentum. Secure an advantage with heart. And I can't. Nope, that's too much. I can't spend momentum. Yeah.
Listen, it's probably gonna take a bit of time. Bane is still sort of you can see Bane is a bit overeager to and seems a bit more aggressive, but probably gonna take a bit longer. But the plan isn't yet dead in the water. And you'll have plenty of other chances to also aid these two in developing a potential bond. Unfortunately, though, it is a miss, so a hammer will drop somewhere else. Fainith.
We'll file this under Roll's grunt didn't think I'd fail.
No, listen. It's just somebody else will have a hammer fall on them.
We call this debt. This is a combined team economy here.
Yeah, listen, Fainith, you'll speak with Farnath. You're trying to distract her. She'll kind of look at that and be like, she's not even talking with them anymore. It's just the two of them talking.
Oh, it looks like they seem to be getting along quite well. Is that good?
Find that very hard to believe.
Well, just because you don't appreciate the flower that grows doesn't mean other people won't.
She kind of like has like kind of like stone kind of slowly turns her gaze to you. What does that even mean?
Well, it's well, I know this metaphor may be a bit weird, but just because you find Bane not fun doesn't mean other people may not find him not fun. It seems, at the very least, young Balkazir takes his duties very seriously, and someone with insight and knowledge of state crap, I presume, would also be fun to talk with. I also may find Bane interesting as well. Everyone has differences.
Okay, tell me what you find so interesting about him.
His love of languages, and it seems that he really cares about his people and wants to do a good job. I know fighting and such is all very exciting, but my people do enjoy poetry and music as well.
I suppose they do.
It's fun to... It is nice to see someone who actually respects other people's languages and cultures. Doesn't always happen.
You can give me a compel roll if you want.
Oh, gotcha. Do I have any pluses for my friendship, or she also wants to beat the shit out of me right now?
You would have normally, but she is a bit annoyed right now.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Ah, fucking narrow. Ah,
Yeah.
not a nice edge.
Barely. We got that.
I was fishing for the miss. Like a little bit of a blowout now, but yeah. Still kind of like half once. What am I missing then? It's not like I'm like a great fighter, right?
No, but you seem very set on refusing to appreciate Bane in any other way outside of things that you enjoy, and don't seem to really see the qualities that he has. It's mostly because he is not like you that you refuse to see him as worthy of your time. I do wonder if I wasn't really good at horse riding or arrow shooting, that you probably would have... Well, would we have still be friends?
I think so. Certainly you have had other interesting activities.
Do you know that I do know how to write poetry, and I do enjoy playing music with the lute every once in a while? Or would you have found that boring?
Well, he doesn't play the lute.
I am saying, at the very least, my good friend Farnath, that you refuse to allow yourself to even think that he has qualities that may be of interest. And at the very least, he seemed to have let you do whatever you wanted when you... Well, from what you told me anyway. You set the terms of this little relationship you have with him, and because he's not able to keep up with them, that is where you have left it.
She'll sort of like grudgingly like slowly nod. Suppose
I
you
know
have a point, a small one, but a point.
I know things like relationships and such may take time, and are not all done at once, but at the very least, he seems to be trying to meet you at your level. Would that only be fair that you try to meet him at his every once in a while?
She'll sort of nod very begrudgingly.
Do not worry, my friend. It will not be so torturous for you.
Well, that remains to be
I
seen.
Gaining new friends and understanding new ideas is a good way to expand your horizon. My elders would say it often, that at the very least that one must not stay in the hole forever.
She'll nod as she like stands up and like makes her way towards where the others are sitting. As Milat, you do see the princess approaching as she'll take a seat around this sort of crate that everyone is treating as an improvised table. They'll kind of just very plainly state out loud. Alright, you two seem to have been talking for an hour now. Care to clue some of us in? Well, because you'll say, Prince Bane here was over discussing well, I never really found certain well, never made a connection between certain key phrases. And Sikwana looks at Bane. Such interesting folktales. Bane will smile and nod and will say, collective wisdom does tend to survive in the language itself. As the... Well, Malat, if there's anything you want to add here, help us fan these flames.
Nice. Malat will, she'll look up from the, journal and she'll say,
sorry, I'll be back in like something.
the dogs.
Dogs, they're pissing instead, they're getting free.
They open the door.
It's fine, we still have the apartment door barrier.
They're eating his floor alive. Stop them!
It's fine, eventually we're gonna figure out how to open the window, gonna jump out that way.
Oh God, I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen.
I just want to say, Red, love that line about fuck, what's the I keep forgetting his name. The him like appreciating Bane's Bane as a flower. The fucking slow turn. What?
I had to make a metaphor that makes sense at the moment.
You see, that would have been the miss of a match.
Listen, I'm shipping.
I don't think we had a word for trash. You know, another man's trash, another man's treasure yet. So
I also don't think that would have been the best metaphor.
yeah, I think it would have really worked out.
I have returned.
The dogs have been recontained.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, Malat will just say, looking at from the journal. And she'll say, I mean, it's really interesting. Like I said, Uncle was a merchant, but I think really that was just the excuse he used to travel a lot.
liked meeting new people, and he wrote a bit about similarities, folktales, stories, where groups of people overlapped.
Well, Kazir will say, Uncle, are you, don't mind my forwardness, but you, Emon's niece?
Yes, I am.
I've heard, some quite interesting stories about him. He seemed to be quite adventurous individual.
He was. He'd often write us back. Most people didn't believe him stories, but when he came back over, and some of us went to go meet him, take him back home, I decided to. I went east, like he did.
His name is spoken in these lands. I've had the pleasure of learning some quite impressive stories. How do you find these lands?
Well, we'll say, lands are beautiful. I think the lands are beautiful. The people are interesting, and she'll say it's not been able to go to all the places my uncle went. But I find everywhere I've been so far, it matches with what he said. Lands are beautiful. The people are, at their core, he thinks they're all good people.
That is the sentiment not many share nowadays, sadly. Feuds that, span centuries is a quite sad fact of life. Bane will say, certain feuds have been going on forever. Which does bring the question, young prince, I hope this won't sour the mood, but surely you've heard about the rise of the Dark Lord in the lands of Mordor. As Balkazir kind of just shakes his head. Not such news, but are you perhaps referring to Lord Sauron? As Bane will nod. And there's a bit of an uneasiness in the air. If anyone wants to step in and say something.
Think Matelot will actually butt in, as she'll say. She'll say, history's on him on the. I don't like talking about them personally. They just sound heralds bad times.
As Bane will just cut you off and he'll say, well, the truth doesn't have to be comfortable, not? And whether we like it or not, it is relevant. His return heralds quite the dark times. Balkazir will say, it is true, I have read historical documents speaking of, well, great wars and famous battle at Baradur, but for my people it is less. Bane will say, no. Now it's not. You either studied history, my lord, or you haven't, because you have. You can understand how far the bad blood extends. And that the Dark Lord and certain kingdoms and tribes of the east and south have always supported him. Those tales live on in songs and proverbs, not just in many forms of Elvish, but in the language of dwarves and Ben. Well, even the language of the orcs, they don't portray him as a glorious leader, as a tyrant, a dictator, a vile presence. Balkazir will kind of frown a bit. Suppose his reputation is one to be feared, but I would try to learn what I can from him. Bane will cut him off again. Suppose it's true. We do not own slaves in these lands. Must be a rather interesting cultural difference, is it not? It's, the tension just kind of keeps rising. As even Farneth is kind of shocked at the bite that Bane now suddenly has displayed. If anyone else wants to contribute to this.
No, I think Malat's also. Malat's right there with with Farnet.
Bane is buffering. I'm not sure if Thornburn and Alvitir have anything to add to this.
It's quite spicy.
Well, I just learned that the Easterlings are apparently aligned with Sauron, and well, this seems like a giant landmine that just got stepped on, and I do not feel qualified to do anything.
Sometimes you should just wait.
Yes. Alkazir will say, well, then you also must know about suffering my people have endured. The hands of Kingdom of Gondor and the Yathioids. Bane will say, yes, that is true. Who invaded first? Or does your history not extend that far? I am, and my people are not responsible for everything that every tribe does. We may all look the same to you, my prince, but I assure you we are not. As Bane will retort, that is true. So then I ask you, Prince Balkazir, what is your view on the Dark Lord and, well, the things he has done? I believe he is a great threat to the men of the West, but a much lesser one to those of the East. Bane will simply say, suppose doesn't need to threaten you when you already support him. Fucking Balkazir looks fucking fuming at this point. That is at the wild accusation. Perhaps it is, but I wouldn't. If we were in one of your cities, sure, as a governor of Lest, surely you know where all the excess trade is going. Of course, he'll kind of like nod. Of course, it is going southeast towards Mataram. Almost as if a trade route is being established. I wonder, Prince Balkazir, do you ship your supplies through the mountains or around them? I will not have to entertain this further line of questioning. Oh, that is true. I suppose you do not know. He's gonna get up and he's gonna like walk towards one of the ends of the boats. Suddenly, sort of like Bane kind of like almost like snaps out of it, kind of glances around, sees presumably what is shocked stares.
Yes, yeah, pretty roughly. First of all, that's kind of chat Bane, but well, holy fuck!
Honestly, there is definitely a hint of approval on Alvidir's face. Maybe a little bit more than a hint. But there is a lot of shock, too.
Bane will say, I apologize, my temper got the better of me there. Boric will... Unless any of you want to respond first.
She'll just kind of mumble. Perhaps you should do that more often.
Red, welcome back. Let me give you a brief recap. Bane gave Balkazir a verbal smackdown on historical fact-checking.
I
Beat him
see.
with facts and logic.
He did in fact.
Eat this, Chad Warrior. Fight my big brain.
Unfortunately, Bane, through the fact that he knows so many languages, he has inadvertently also learned all of the stories from all of these people, and nobody has anything good to say about Sauron. Not even the fucking orcs.
And how did Bane take that?
Well, Balkazir just kind of huffed and puffed and gotten up as, like, left the conversation. Everyone is shocked as Bane did apologize for his outburst, and Alvtir said, "You should do this more often."
As Malat will maybe a bit more subdued say, don't think there's anything wrong with speaking one's mind, especially if one knows one's right.
Barnet will kind of pipe up. She'll say, "Is that true, though? I'll admit my knowledge of history is quite meager."
As Fortran will nod along confirmation. Yes, what the young prince said is in fact not wrong. It is a dark. There's a reason the Dark Lord is called the Dark Lord in most tales. Most people call him that.
As Bane will nod. The ones he enslaved, orcs. Even their language. They don't refer to him as wise king or just ruler. They also refer to him by a rather unpleasant name. Speak the language of the orcs? He'll nod. I'm willing to learn any language that is... well, that I can, to be honest. There are, like you, well-known princess, my fascination. Well, yes, but orcs? That's Huh. You'll kind of like nod. Kind of say. Well, I suppose suppose I will have to then concede. Everyone seems to be supporting you. Never actually seen you be this straightforward with someone. Didn't think you had it in you. He's gonna suddenly get a bit embarrassed, kind of stare at the wooden boarding, and he'll say, "It's just that my father was, well, him, King Under the Mountain, and the Elven King have shared certain stories, especially Lord Thandriel. And, well, a lot of the elves were alive and still remember to this day." She'll kind of like nod and she'll say, "I suppose they do." As Evorik is gonna like step in to dissipate the sort of slight awkwardness. Oh, as much as the history lesson I think is appreciated, Prince Bane does have to continue his studies. Like certain kind of snaps up studies. Well, yes, he is learning how to speak the thrush here, as he like gestures for the small little bird. Like, you can speak to animals as well? Parneth, if you only paid attention while in Mornethel, I've learned so much more. Well, anyone can learn that? Well, I suppose if willing to have some patience, I don't think the prince here will mind your company. You can both learn together. Joel look a bit embarrassed and kind of just nod. As Evorik will look at you, Faineth, and will wink as he'll take the two of them off to the side, teaching them how to speak with the thrush.
Yeah, she will give a bit of a nod of understanding that he won this round, essentially.
Like every other round.
This is Chad Evorik.
Why did you say that so weird?
Which one? Who?
Like every other round. Like, I don't know. Like, he winked at you too. Listen, Red. You should just go for it. I'm picking up what God's saying.
Red, hand on your shoulder. You know, like you like magnets.
Like Maddox, I wasn't aware. Thanks to the shoulder pad, I guess.
I think you are just denying it.
But yeah, I'm not sure there's anything any of you want to say to each other after this encounter.
I think Four will pipe up. I think that'll be some happy news to Bart once we get back and to our board.
Well, not. We'll be. I think he'll be happy, and well, I got the silent a lot. She'll close the journal, put it away.
I do believe the young prince has, in that moment, felt more like a king than I have ever seen.
It's a good thing.
There was passion and conviction in his voice. If he spoke like that, before a battle, his men would follow him anyway. Although that is probably not what he would prefer to do. It is merely an example.
Yeah, as well, I think we can start kind of moving this journey along. I'm not sure if there's anything anyone wants to do as.
Bane him with Bane him with the old. Your grandfather fought for Adolf Hitler.
He did.
Here's the picture. Here's the picture, by the way.
Yeah, I was like,
Why does every language call it the Dark Lord? Is there a big propaganda in the sky?
Why did your grandfather have this medal in the shape of 2 lightning bolts? Explain this.
What did you do? What would you do in Eastern Russia in 1943?
Your grandfather died in Stalingrad, 1943. What was he doing?
I can't think of anything else for Faineth outside of hopefully someone into telling her more what the fuck's going on in the East, because now she's realizing there's a lot that people are not aware of.
If you look confused on that, like,
Yeah.
Malak,
Yes.
Malak can say, you sound you look confused. Was a lot of that news to you?
My people are isolated ones. We don't really get much information. Only contact we have is mostly the doors for the Red Mountain. So yes, it is news to me.
I can, I'm no historian, but I've studied, and my uncle saw events in the East firsthand. I can fill you in.
Yes, it's only been mentioned of General Emerald and what she's done, but yes, please, anything you can tell me.
Yes, as Milat will recap to her the events of the first game from Emon's perspective.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, your people would have also have stories about Sauron. It's quite impossible to not know anything. But yeah, no, you would be put up to speed more or less on
Yeah, because I kind of don't know how aware they are of Kamul and his connection to that. So I think
that's
kind of know
a new one. That's a new one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like the Eastling stuff, like she wasn't aware about the current events at all, I presume.
But there are stories your people would have passed along that they don't name him, but there are some very interesting similarities, like the way he presents himself, the fact that he instills fear in people just by being in their presence to the point where they will be completely unable to fight him. Like these are things you have heard about. You've heard about the servants of evil and their dark sorcery and how powerful and deadly it is.
And this sounds like this guy may be actually in charge of the East right now.
Yeah.
Where my people are at right now.
Yeah. Not just the East from how things sound, but southeast as well. All the way to the Yellow Mountains and further south to Khand and Harad as well. It's
Yeah, it sounds like I may need to book my trip early back home to let them know. She's taking everything Malat tells her with alarming degree.
Yeah, as about 2 weeks passed, 2 weeks and almost 2 weeks and a half, as Well, during those 2 weeks, you will have a couple of stops in some of the newly established cities of Dale and Rhovanion. And over the course of these 2.5 weeks, Bane and Farnet would be learning together under Ivoric's tutelage. And while initially, like, very standoffish about these sort of implications, and you'd be surprised that Balkazir is not like he will keep engaging Bane on certain like discussions about certain facts about history. And I suppose if any of you listen to it, it's clear that while Balkazir like knows about things, they've been taught in a completely different perspective, which I don't think will shock anyone. And it seems that they are arguing sort of their different perspectives. The difference is Bane has the edge in the discussion because he can, well, make connections to proverbs, folk tales, events that have been referenced across multiple cultures, which kind of give his arguments a bit more weight compared to Balkazir's like single source. Bane can in fact cite multiple historical sources.
Why does everybody call him Satan, Balkazir?
It's not just about, listen, the Sauron thing is a slam dunk, but there are like more subtle things, like the origin of the Wayne Riders and what prompted them to come here. And was it a provocation? Was it a justified provocation? Was the response justified? Was the war and the aftermath? Was the great battles over the plains of Rhovanion? Like, they will argue back and forth a lot, and you get the feeling that both of them do also enjoy this sort of these discussions, even if they sometimes will get heated, as they will keep going at it.
How does Farnov seem to be taking this?
She is, she's a bit fascinated by the fact that, well, apparently Bane does believe in things and is willing to take a stand. Other than that, she's kind of just listening. History was never she was never like into history. Like, oh, I never knew this. This is some interesting things, and probably every now and then asks Melot or Thornborn to like verify certain claims. She's like, I've never heard this before. So yeah.
Now listen, Farneth. Farneth. I know it seems like they're portraying them like the historical soy jacks, but unfortunately, this is true. I fact checked this.
Honestly, Avatar would probably listen into a lot of these conversations too.
You'll arrive in Karasant. Hassan Balkazir will still like be polite about the fact that you will let him tag along, and he'll take his leave. You have to board a different ship, the city of Lest, as the rest of you will have to continue on with your journey to the Vine Lord's court. As well, I'm not sure how friendly you would be with the Easterling Prince, but Bane will shake his hand at the end.
Yeah, I think at least for Fainlif, she'll be sad to see him go a little bit there too.
So, smile.
Yeah.
Do not worry. My invitation still stands. And who knows, maybe you can come to my city and, well, you'll see things from my perspective.
It was fun to have you on the ship.
Oh, smile and nod.
Yeah, Four will just give a respectful nod. Farewell, young prince.
Hope you have good travels. Thank you for the stories.
kind of nod. He takes his leave. Damroch is gonna exhale. Oh god, I think I almost killed this guy like 5 times on the boat.
Malat will look up at him and say, "You know, it is good to see that my uncle's notes on your restraint were not tall tales. True.
I suppose we all get a bit wiser as we age. Isn't that right, Evorik? It's like slaps him across the head. As well, you all head to the Vine Lord's court. As he won't. Listen, Evorik is like that little brother you have, and you like forever remind him of you dunked like
dumb.
once.
Hey, bros, you know that time you almost got me killed?
It's, post, as you'll be sort of brought to the court, as the Vine Lord will hug his daughter, greet you with a very friendly, welcoming. Hail, friends. I was, well, I'm not expecting such an impressive escort, but I suppose you'll have to tell me about how your trip was here over a dinner tonight. Have a great feast in your honor.
Smollett will say, "It's quite kind. Thank you. The tale I don't think will be too terribly exciting, but I can tell it nonetheless."
He like laughs loud and says, it's not the tale, but the one who tells it that makes it exciting. Now, please, rooms have been prepared and hot baths await all of you. I'm sure you are tired. You will have to excuse me. I have not seen my precious daughter in months. As you'll kind of like all bow.
Yeah. Well, we'll give it a bow and she'll leave.
Yeah, you can all head to your rooms and to freshen up a bit. And not sure there's anything you want to do before the dinner tonight.
I think I'll wait for someone else to do something. Of course, she wants to talk with Evorik for a little bit here, but I can wait till if anyone else wants to do anything.
No, go talk to Evorik.
God damn it, guys.
Yeah, let's.
Why
Yeah, let's. Sorry, go ahead.
I was to make a joke. Why did you deny your blade its purpose?
She goes to Evorik. I'm not sure if he's in his room or not, but she wants to knock, of course, be polite.
Yeah. Open up. So I hope you find everything here all right.
It is fine at the very least. It's not much different from any other. Well, I'm sure there are differences, but for me, it's another big castle and a very kind host.
The people do have the best wine in the region.
I've heard. I'm hoping if I wait long enough, far enough, will at least give me a few bottles. But I've come with you with some concerns I have, well, alarming concerns, and I wish to have your insight with this one.
Oh, kind of take a more serious tone and nod.
As you are aware of, I was originally sent here to well, learn more information to return back to my people with news about the things that have been changing at our homeland, the migrations and all that, and what's been really going on. And I've learned a great deal, and all of it is very alarming. I'm worried my people may be in much more grave danger than they understand.
You wish to depart for the east?
Yes. I cannot leave them there when they don't know anything. I didn't even know anything about the things that have been going on in the recent age. We have our stories, yes, but if it's all true and he's moving so rapidly, and the Dark Lord is rising now, we may not have another opportunity to take our leave before it's too late.
I think it's not as urgent as you may think.
Possibly.
He has only began his reclaiming of the old lands of Mordor. We need to... not exactly sure. Reports that came in are rather vague here as well. It's likely people in Gondor no more. If you have choices. Oh, we have two choices. Travel further south. And find scout out the lands ourselves. Truly ascertain the threat. If you're that concerned. Or I'll help you. We'll brave the eastern lands. You can bring back word to your tribe.
He does look concerned. I will be honest, Vork, you are a dear friend. You already you're running ins with the East. Barnif told me about what happened with Emerald, General Emerald. I do not wish to put you or anyone in that position. And if I fell there being caught by someone who doesn't want me to know anything, then my people may never be told. As much as it pains me to say, I cannot rush into the first obvious danger. I must be less rash about this. Must be smart about it.
I wish to go at it alone. Your decision, but there is safety in numbers. And I have only heard tales, but I have heard many of them about the might of the Bjornings.
You misunderstood. I don't mean I wish that I was doing this alone. I'm not that arrogant. I don't wish to put you in the claws of an Easternling general if we brave the East, as you said.
I don't plan on knocking on her door.
And like I said, if in the East we get caught by, it seems this Lord Camul more likely is a servant of Sauron, and that means his allies will report us back. I think if he catches one of such things, it may be disastrous. So if only two choices exist, then traveling south might be the best option.
You'll sort of nod, say there is it was a while ago, many years, but me and my friends, we have someone left for the east. Haven't heard back from him. Um, Well, it will stand out in this land, in that land, just as much as Balkazir stood out in the north. If anyone knows how dire the situation is in the east, it would be him. He could provide us information from deep inside the enemy's lines.
Are you sure?
Trust me, he is not one for subtlety. At least, he wasn't. But maybe time changes us all.
Very well then. I will trust your expertise on this point. And thank you.
Have to be a bit more patient to resolve the situation here and make sure the two princes have.
That's true. I don't think Rhonda would forgive me if I just left without seeing her wedding.
She'll kind of like smile and nod. After that, I will ask some of the others, see who is willing to aid with us and who is not.
Very well. Well, this has been an unloading of a stressful situation for me. Thank you.
He'll kind of smile and he'll say, "What, you thought I would let you do this all on your own?"
Well, I wasn't going to say, but I am very tough for an elf, and I can understand if you would think my gallant muscles would be able to carry the weight of such a mission.
It's not the muscles I'm worried about, it's your tracking ability, which is, well, not the best.
How dare you? I am an expert tracker. How dare you say such things?
Told you that.
I don't think you know
too
them.
kind.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna walk away as the mature one here and understand that you are having a hard time understanding the vastness of my abilities. And I'm gonna let you, just believe those small-minded things of yours.
Well, there's, you know what they say about small things uprooting the large ones.
I'm gonna let you have that because it was funny.
Make sure to not stumble over your ego on the way out. It's quite big.
Thank you. She will take that without realizing anything as she gets out of there. She will give him a wave.
Yeah. As after that, I'll start with Malot as there's a knock at your door.
Yeah, Malat will open the door.
It is Evoric. It says, "You have a moment to spare. Something I wish to discuss with you."
Yeah, we can talk now.
He'll kind of step inside and he'll say, "Plaintiff is worried about her tribe back in the east and all she's learned recently. She's been away for several years now, and for them that is quite a short amount of time, but as we can see, things are moving fast. She wants to take her leave to find her tribe and warn them and hopefully depart from within the lands of the enemy. I am planning on going with her."
Malat will give a nod. Do you want me to bear a message back to Dale?
A bit of a waste of your talents. I was wondering if you wanted to come along. Might be Certainly it's not going to be safe. But I don't like my odds alone in this.
Yeah, no, will not. No. Once things are done here, I don't have any other responsibilities. I can come.
He'll nod, he'll say, I still remember. It was your uncle when he managed to sneak in. Steal Zaldor from underneath Mool's eyes. I think nobody that I know has ever been able to replicate such a feat. But maybe you managed to steal entire tribes from underneath his gaze. I think that would rival that at the very least.
What will perk up, she'll say. Yeah, she'll say. There's a reason at the court. I've mostly been working with Nora. I guess I wouldn't call myself a spy, but I am pretty good at moving around unnoticed. Very small.
I know. And unlike Damrach, you're also much more agreeable. If you ever encounter people, I am certain you won't just start random fights for no reason.
She'll shake her head. No. It's what my uncle conveyed it in a lot of his writings in his journal. Sometimes fights had to happen, but felt a lot of times they weren't necessary. Could have been avoided.
Get up and he'll, just before he walks out, he'll say, "Oh, one other thing. We are gonna try to track down Baranor, of course. If anyone has information on Easterling movements, it's the one who spent several years here."
She'll perk up a bit, but then like it will perk up, then like it will like go back down. Almost will say, "I don't." Amon had a letter for him too, but I didn't think to bring it.
Or is, I think, well, I'm curious to see how he's been doing. Nora told me he never wrote back, he never... It's as if he fell off the face of the earth. I cannot hide the fact that I am concerned about him. Let's hope
she'll not.
Let's hope we'll be able to bring him back so he can read the letter for himself.
She'll not, as Malat will actually say. When he gave me the letter for both for you and Baranor. No, he said he'd be certain both of you would be around to pick them up eventually, but I won't lie. He was very worried about not hearing anything back from not hearing anything about Baranor.
He'll nod. Must be off. A couple of other people I need to talk with. See you at dinner.
See you at dinner? As I stare at the camera. Listen, dude, he's lopping, bro. He's lopping right now.
Listen, it's fine. As well,
He's going for puberty. He's going for puberty right now. delayed.
But there's a knock at your door.
Oh, she'll look. Work?
Yeah, he'll say, mind if we speak for a moment?
Of course, what is it?
I plan on traveling east. Well, assist Fainith with a personal matter of hers, grave importance. Well, I am looking for others who are willing to join us, as this will be a rather dangerous journey. Well, I have heard positive things from Nora about yourself. And, well, I suppose there is another reason which pertains to you particularly. I believe we might be able to reach out to your kin in the Red Mountains.
Is he actually gonna work up in there?
Yeah, deliver to them news and well, perhaps persuade them that it is time to journey out west. I doubt they'll be very receptive without you there.
As I think of that, he'll actually know that's a strong arm. He'll that not a. I think of recent developments and well, with what Balcazar said, I'll be more than happy to help both Faineth, you, and also my people. You know, as a former smart guy, is it? I assume is Faineth going for a similar reason to go to her people?
You'll nod.
All right then. I'm gonna be honest. I think part of me, I did pack my axe, and right now was kind of went unused. So
I assure you, the lands east of this place are much more dangerous and hostile to us.
as you'll nod.
As he'll take his leave, and finally, Alvitir, there's a knock at your door. You are muted.
Okay, I'm here.
As
Yeah,
Evorik,
you got it.
Evorik will greet you.
Evorik, it is nice to see you. Can I help you with something?
I was wondering, you were sent to learn more about the enemy, correct?
I suppose, yes. Mostly it was to gather an alliance with King Bard, but knowledge would probably be important, especially because I have only now just recently learned that he has allies in the east.
Well, we are planning on making a journey out east. Aid Fainith and Thornburn's people, as well as reconnect with an old friend of mine, hopefully. I will not say no to a mighty skin changer at our side, if you wish to join us.
Well, my mission with Bard is complete. Yes, we will have our alliance.
He did send Cedric to speak with your chieftain.
And my mission is done, and I have no prior engagements. I must say, while watching the two younglings bicker with their politics was quite interesting and very enlightening. I was getting quite antsy aboard that boat. I would love to come with you.
He'll nod and he'll say, "There's one other thing, but you have to give me your word that you'll maintain your calm about it, if I tell you."
I swear on my honor that I will keep my calm with the thing you say to me.
The nature of the creature that attacked and killed your tribe is, well, quite similar to other tales and legends. Servant of Sauron. I believe that in this journey you might be able to gain more insight into these things. Insight which is, well, not available quite everywhere, and, well, I would not wish to encounter such a creature, but, well, I have, there's only a few people that have ever survived an encounter with something similar.
Are you referring to me?
You also survived. I survived, and, well, the friend I am hoping to reunite has fought something of a similar nature.
She will be our best one. While I did survive, it was not because I was strong.
Living to learn, become stronger, to fight another day is more important than dying for one's pride.
It wouldn't have been to die for my pride. It would have been to die so that more of my people could have escaped. I chose not to do so. I merely ran.
Then it is your responsibility to make sure that their deaths were not in vain. That your life has meaning and purpose.
I will go with you, Ivorik. And should we meet a beast like that again, hopefully I will have become stronger by then.
He'll nod. He'll take his leave, and that we will be ending the session.